Hey guys, today we are moving to Winterspring. From this point, you're gonna see 25 kills, not 5, because I would have to show you kill with each family of each boss. Because now these bosses are level sensitive. You have to have the units are very high level, and I need to show you what I use to match all the slot bonuses, what minis exactly I use, just in case. I mean, it's just going to be less general, right? Let's go! So the first boss is a bear, and the reason why I'm not explaining you any mechanics is because there is none. At least I couldn't find anything. Let's just start the fight, and I'm gonna tell you what I noticed. Number one, there is no summoning stone here, but you can see it yourself. You don't need me for it. Number two, it sends you two dwarfs with bears at you right now. The encounter does that twice. First time is right now at 3:30. Second time is 30 seconds. So if you don't kill the boss fast, you're gonna have this extra mechanic at 30 seconds as well. But the formula is very simple. You kill boss fairly. If you can't, you cheese. If you can't cheese, you overtime. That's the formula. We're using a Hogger deck, as you can see. Obviously, vultures I use them usually just to cycle through. We don't really need them here. And I believe this one is going to be overtimed. Two. So the main difficulty here, kind of, is that there is no summoning stone right here in the middle. And that makes it a little harder to get to the boss. Honestly, I didn't even need to say that. I just have to be saying something. That's why, you know what I'm saying? So you just hit the boss a little bit, then you die, then you come to the boss, hit a little bit, die, and that's how you win. And then at the end you overtime, and that's pretty much it. And I have to be saying something for 2 more minutes. I'm pausing. Showing you that I'm smart. At this point, don't fucking tell me that my Necromancer is level 25, because I don't care. Because it's just, everything is super hard, and I'm not ashamed. But trust me, this is the last boss where some stuff is gonna be yellow, and after that, even for me, it's not gonna be easy anymore. By the way, after this encounter, I found out that Hogger's trade only stacks 3 times. Before that, I thought it was like infinite. I was so happy that I'm using Hogger. Yeah. So this bear attacks is kind of like Gorklow on the diet. The same thing, splash, but not as hard and not as fast. Overtime. See? Second time at 30 seconds. But I think he does it on normal too, so... Overtime. This is the steroids for you. For the Blackrock family and for the Undead family, I lost the footage. I must apologize, guys. So what you're gonna see is exactly what you have to do, but my levels were a little lower. My Drakisat was like 22 or something. But this is exactly what I did, and this is exactly what you have to do the exact same way. Death Ball Drakisat with Shaman. This one's going to be super fast because of my levels, like I said. But other than that, you do the same thing, and Drakisat usually kills everything in one attempt. I'm sorry, I lost the footage. This is my PvP deck, by the way, that works for this encounter as well. Super slow, Fire Hammer. We're gonna use this as a DPS. And that's it. For me, it worked like in my first attempt. I killed the boss. Obviously, if your levels are lower, maybe you'll have to do it twice. But it's same thing, the exact same thing. This one, guys, it's the same thing. I tried to replace minis and remove slot bonuses. Doesn't change much, but I'm using my own deck. You know, heal with no healers. I use that when I had the appropriate levels. You summon Baron, Huntress, you heal them, you get to the boss, you kill the boss. If it doesn't work once, you do it twice, and it will work. Huntress, as you can see, just kills everything that moves. Yeah. Super easy, super simple. Cheat death if you're about to die. Nothing to say, sorry. Okay, Horde family. We're using Cairn. We're setting up the deck for him. So the formula here, it's like a Drakisat Death Ball, except Drakisat is replaced by Cairn, but he's going to be our tank. We use him with a Shaman. So because of his auto attacks, he's kind of really good here too, because we have a little, the path, what's it called? The bridge is very tight. It's not wide. We save pilot on the bridge. We use this trick from our PvP, right? You guys are supposed to be doing PvP all the time. So deploy it on bridge, kills everything that's below. Easy peasy. Obviously, this, as you can see, this is a successful attempt because my core is almost dead, and I've done it a few times, and now I kind of know what to do and when to do it. I made a little mistake here. There's no range. There's nothing that can attack flying units. That's why everything kind of collapsed. And my Dark Spirit Troll is very far. So. Deployed Wellpacks too late. Now we're going to repeat the exact same thing, and the boss will die. Oh, survived. I tried to grab the gold a few times, but for some reason I would only make it worse. And I just ignored, especially the middle node. I just completely ignored, usually. And this is the end. Yes, sir. And the last one is Alliance. Obviously, we use Tyrion, right? If we don't want to think, we use Tyrion. And here, Tyrion is going to be like, this is one more time to show you how overpowered this hero is. Infinite healing, tanky, kind of cheap for the value that he gives. So we're gonna wait until all of that comes to the core, and then we're gonna, I believe, yeah, Huntress is gonna kill everything. Boom. Boom. I, for some reason, always make it so that my core is almost dead, and then I start playing smartly. Like, this is not part of the guide. You guys shouldn't be doing like that. See how tanky it is? Yeah. Orange difficulty. First try. That's the first boss, guys. Kashoch the Reaver is the last joke of a boss of this zone. After that, shit will get real. So I will explain to you his heroic mechanic on the way. This is the easiest encounter for Rend. I mean, out of 5 families, Blackrock Rend is going to be the best for it, because you see these little tornadoes? If it touches you, you get frozen. And that applies to your towers, to enemies' towers, to enemies. You see this? That's exactly what's going to happen to the enemies as well. Okay, here's what we're going to do to make this encounter a joke. I mean, even more of a joke than it is now. As soon as I go back... go down a little bit. Go down, please. Keep the going. Down there, right by the core, this frozen tornado hit Rend. If we ever see my... There we go. You see? So when the tornado passes by like this, you deploy your Rend here. The Rend gets frozen, which means it's not going to go anywhere, which means you have your permanent -1 gold for flying minis buff. It's not forever, but because I believe it's like almost like this frozen effect lasts for like almost 1 minute. Sometimes they get unfrozen. I don't understand how, but it happens very rarely. So the idea of this whole fight here is just everything gets frozen, and you deploy your unbound minis, you collect the gold, you kill the frozen things. Your minis will be frozen too. It's no big deal. It's just, you just deploy unbound stuff at the boss, and that's how you win the match. And you collect the gold by using, almost all the time I use my Iron Dwarf Miner. So honestly, see, this is how I kill the boss all the time. You deploy well pegs, they do the most amount of damage, and that's how it works. Because the boss attacks like an AoE. He does AoE attacks. Like, see, my Rend is there frozen. That's why all my flying units cost peanuts. That's how you win the match. You don't do anything else. And my Rend constantly gets frozen because this tornado always comes back and keeps freezing my Rend. So, and I keep throwing well pegs at the boss, and that is how you deal with this boss. This is pretty much the strategy for every single family, except every single family doesn't have Rend. So sometimes you're gonna have to wait a little longer. Now we're going with the Beast family. This is what I'm using. 222. I believe so the strategy, if you don't have Rend, you take towers. The towers get frozen, and you take towers just so it's closer to the boss, so you could deploy things like Goblin Sappers or anything that is not unbound. In my case, almost everything is. But the main weapon against this boss is Whelp Eggs with the Explosion talent. The more Whelp Eggs you deploy on the boss, the faster the boss is gonna die. If you keep these units a little longer here, see the tornado is coming from behind, and it's gonna freeze everything. Yeah. I've never been asked any questions about this encounter because people usually do it themselves, like intuitively. There's no no techniques required. Yeah, super slow. Like I don't mind to be, I don't want it to be slow, because it's free gold for us, right? I was trying to do that thing with well pegs, but for some reason it doesn't work. When you deploy well pegs and then you deploy quillbore, so the boss switches after opening the well pegs, but for some reason the boss didn't switch to focus. But as you can see, well pegs are well pegs. They're gonna be nerfed in the next patch 100%. For the Horde, I'm using Sneed. And I'm using the talent that I think increases the level after you pick up the gold. But wasn't successful. Sorry. Meat dragons are useful here too, but you know, when the boss spawns something like by the boss, usually your meat dragons get killed right away. But in theory, they would work. They'll have enough time to do some damage. But as always, well pegs are the best. So. I'm deploying Gazlow just because I'm gold cap. I don't really need to deploy him. Yeah, Meat Dragon and Goblin Sappers are not really required here. I just use them because I had to fill up the slots. You can technically complete this encounter without even, like, while being like 10 levels lower, to be honest. This is like, it's a joke. If you just remove these things, these tornadoes, it's gonna be way harder. But because of that, I believe it's supposed to work differently to make it harder. It shouldn't be affecting the enemies. Maybe then you will experience some difficulties. But now it's like... Yeah. Yeah, not super entertaining, I know. For the Alliance family, I didn't even, like, I just took my PvP deck. I was too lazy to even think about what to take for this encounter, and I just killed it with my PvP deck, which, by the way, turns out to be one of the best options for this encounter because everything is unbound, including the hero, so you can do more damage to the boss. But I'm pretty sure any deck would work. What a clown. Wah! No. No. I don't understand why I'm not attacking the boss, guys, but just don't be like me, please. Be better. Well, so I guess I'm supposed to cut everything out and just show you the actual kill, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. I finally started doing some damage after like 2.5 minutes of fucking around. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Nope. I'm kind of ashamed to show it as a guide, but yeah, sometimes, you know, shit doesn't go your way. Okay. Hmm. Like right now, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna kill this boss at all. Now, finally. What stopped you from doing that, like, 3 minutes before? 3 minutes ago. Like, just... guys, forgive me. Forgive me. This is the last boss that, like, to shit on. Next time, next boss is gonna be, like, better. It's gonna be tough. I believe this Undead family was the very first I did this boss with. So that's why I'm using gargoyles and stuff. I'm naively thinking that I will need that. I don't really need to be speaking here. I could have I could have disconnect my camera, but next bosses I would have to, so yeah. This one is supposed to be faster than Alliance Family. Yeah, I don't think I will ever use Gargoyle here. So as you can see, this setup is not like ideal. This is just what I managed to kill the boss with. So I think the Gargoyle hasn't done a one hit in this fight. So yes. Oh, if I get shitload of dislikes here, I will not be surprised. Shy-Rotam, third boss of Wintergrasp. These two tigers, if you're here, that means you've done normal. The heroic mechanic is that the radius of their attack is right where this gold node. If you draw the line like that, so this is their radius of their aggro. So if you attack something, it doesn't matter if it's the bosses. If you just fight like with the enemy's units, they're gonna charge. Like the closest, sometimes both of them. If it's a tower, if it's just like, for example, right here, one tiger is gonna charge, and when he hits, it does the AOE, and it hits hard. That's why here's the trick how to do it kind of easily. Let me find my Whelpex. Okay, the boss is both of them are totally helpless against flying units. So what we're going to do is, if you deploy Whelpex right here, you make sure that this troll cannot reach this Whelpex. Watch what happens. When they blow up, they kill this troll. And they can attack the boss without being attacked. See what I'm saying? Right now we have Morlocks, but usually, like, if you time it correctly, there will be nobody. I mean, somebody's going to come, but you will have time to DPS the boss. In addition, what I usually use is you take Gargoyle. Gargoyle is great. You see, I'm deploying on the right side. So if you take this tower, the Gargoyle can easily take this tower. And if you take this tower, you can deploy Gargoyle from here on the right side so that it goes like this. It comes to the boss. It does the same thing. It does an enormous amount of damage, and it cannot be attacked by the boss. Ideally, it's really hard to do, but what your long-term goal is, you have to deploy eggs and spawn gargoyle here at the same time, and then it's gonna be, you're gonna pretty much kill the boss right away. You do the exact same thing with the second boss. That's it. This is the trick that I use. Gargoyle and Whelpex. Everything else is just normal encounter. You either sit in the base or you capture the towers. It's up to you. I'll be capturing towers every kill, I believe. Let's take a look. Okay, Beast family is first. As you can see, I have 2 key units, Gargoyle and Whelpex. Nothing special. The Gargoyle is going. I'm thinking. All these tricks are usually learned in PvP, so guys, play PvP and you're gonna be fine. Yep, killing everything. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do a lot of DPS with this Gargoyle because I have both Darkspear Trolls here. But look how hard it hits. See? Boom. Boom, boom. That's a lot of DPS. Da, 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 da. Getting all the gold again. Thing is, even if your tower hits units, your tower is captured by you and it hits the enemy's units, the tigers charge the tower. So that is kind of the mechanic. Butchers, best DPS in the world. Okay, killed everybody. Bam. One boss is down. Easy peasy. Not even using any heroes. Even though we can, right? It's Winter Grasp. Totally fucked up all the timing, but that's me. Welcome. Welcome to Bulava Galaxy. By the way, what you're witnessing right now is, I believe it's a, I don't know if it's a bug or I don't know. There is no enemy troops from the dead boss's side. I cannot explain that. I tried to find some logic in it, but I couldn't. It's just, like Asmongold says, it's just the way it is. So, as soon as you kill one boss, sometimes the enemy troops will never come from that side, which means the rest of the fight is a piece of cake. Blackrock. Same formula. I believe this is going to be the longest kill, because I'll be taking towers back and forth and I won't be able to, you know, to DPS the boss. Kinda like what I did with the second boss when I was playing my F. Up. Yeah. Look at that chicken. Balls of steel. Even on his own, like, there's only one. I don't know why I'm doing this, guys. Like, oh, I didn't do it, okay. That's what happens when Rand goes at the very end of your playing hand. Without Rand is really not good. Everything is super pooper expensive. Like, why did I do this? Yeah, this, like... Up. Doing the exact same thing. Capturing towers, getting to the boss. in theory, it was supposed to be easier because I can spam gargoyles and whelpecks, but for some reason it's just not easier. Because I guess I have no idea what I'm doing as always. But, you know, I was doing the skills when very few people have actually managed to get all the kills. So right now, I'm pretty sure people are going to come up with much better strategies. I'm just showing you what I did. Yeah, the main problem here is towers. Honestly, this Drake for 4 gold is not even required here in this encounter. I just had that because, you know, I play Rand. You know, it's logical to have a lot of flying units. They're going to be cheaper. Woo. But I totally forgot that they can be useless, even if they're cheap. My gargoyle goes left. See? Everything is under control. Everything. Look at this. They can't kill me. Yep. No. This is why I hate the cloak talent on the safe pilot. It takes forever to land. Overtime. We got a superpower, boys. Not everything is gonna die now. Everything is gonna die. 1, 2. That's what I always say. You can't kill the boss. You cheese. You can't cheese. You overtime. For the Horde, it's gonna be the easiest probably because we have Sneed and we have Gargoyle and we have Sappers, which all 3 of them are siege units. You're gonna be getting a shitload of gold and you do the exact same thing. Right? I'm using obviously Chain Lightning to fill up the Horde slot to get the slot bonuses. Yeah. Every time you recapture the tower, you get extra gold. So it's pure heaven. It's actually now we need them to recapture towers back because we get more benefits. Pam, pam. Free damage, free damage, free damage. Loads of free damage. Bam. Oh, look, boom! +6 gold, baby. Oh, I think 4. Doesn't matter. +6. Gold cap for the first time, eh? Whew. Yeah. Much better than the rent kill, eh? Boom. Oh, that was the second boss. That's it. That's a Horde kill. Alliance using Jaina. I think it's because... I don't know why. I believe it's because the bottom slots I didn't have to replace and spend energy to match the slots. I think that's why I used Jaina. I think so. Overall, it's the same formula. We attack the boss always the same way. The only thing that's different is the way you fight against normal troops. Boom. And I believe I never used Jaina herself here. Yeah, there's no Sneed anymore. Yeah, timing. Boom. Phew! That's it. Oh, this is a good way to deal with the boss too. Watch. Okay, never mind. Never mind. But if I didn't have well pegs, I could have done a lot of damage to this boss actually. Don't be like me. Oh, I believe I did use Jaina once. Like a fucking idiot. Yep. That's me. There we go. See, it took like one full gargoyle and the boss died. Now I want to see if the minis are gonna keep coming or if it's gonna be the same bug. Yeah, I don't see minis coming from the right side anymore. I don't know what to do, honestly. Like, if I knew how to trigger that, I would have told you, but I don't know. Now go on the left side. Oh, I'm using Jaina again. Second time. Go on the left side to finish this fight. Yeah, nobody's coming. Not complaining. Yeah. For some reason, the minis keep spawning, but if you take this tower, they will never spawn anymore. Like once this tower belongs to you, they're not gonna spawn at all. Come on. Yeah, they're just not coming anymore. And that is the alliance kill. The Undead family is pretty much the same. This was actually, I believe, my first kill, not the last kill that I'm showing you. Unfortunately, there's no special, like, superpowers. So, no Sneeds, no Rends, no nothing. And these skeletons that come from towers, they are totally useless. So by the way, yeah, this is actually a great moment. So if you deploy weld packs and you have Blizzard ready to go, you can actually kill the ones who will be spawned to kill your weld packs, and that's gonna be a lot. When you kill them, like your weld packs are gonna get like they're gonna kill like 2/3 of the boss's HP. Just one unit of one troop of weld packs, if you Blizzard on time. So it's actually even more efficient than a gargoyle and weld packs. Weld packs and Blizzard. That's the best. I could only figure that out when I'm showing you like these kills. I've done so many kills, I've done it so million times, and I didn't even think about it before I saw this. Yep, one down. Boom, boom. Let's see if this guy will keep spawning something. No. Nothing's happening. Guys, if you watch this video like 6 months from now, from the day it was released, or a year from now, you will probably not gonna have that free gift when the minis like stop spawning after you kill one boss. But I believe you will still be able to use this strategy. And that is Shy-Rotam, ladies and gents. Let's move on. All right, the boss number 4 is Azurous. Let's take a look. I'm gonna pause it right when the fight starts, and I'm going to tell you a couple of things. Okay. The only difference between normal and heroic is that the map on normal is full of whelp drakes, and the map on heroic will be full of drakes that spawn whelp eggs. That is pretty much all. The key unit for this... Let's keep watching, actually. The key unit for this encounter for pretty much every single kill is going to be our Huntress. The Huntress has to be, I believe, if she's level 23, she kills everything on her way before it even gets to her. I'm also using a Fire Hammer for the sake of like with the talent of that gives you levels when you gain all stacks of Fury, just to help you know, push in the lane. And I usually send Fire Hammer on the right side with a Kobold, so Kobold could get gold and the Fire Hammer would gain levels. That is the idea. For every single kill, it's going to be like that. But the Huntress is the one that kills everything here. I'm gonna show you one kill that is done differently, but for the Beast family, this is how I do it. See, Fire Hammer. It doesn't really, it cannot tank a boss. But by the way the tower modifiers here work and the boss, the farther you are from it, the less damage you get. You guys all know that if you play PvP. This is a current modifier for that we're having. Unfortunately, Fire Hammer dies really quickly when it's on the boss. Huntress is the best unit, like I said. It can tank the boss really well. But Fire Hammer is only good for like DPSing, actually. That's it. The only problem on this encounter is Molten Giants. So for that we use Banshee, but you can only use Banshee when Molten Giant is close to your tower or core, because if you let Banshee go on her own, even on her way to the Molten Giant, she'll probably possess some whelp egg, which we don't want to happen, right? From my experience, the maximum number of levels that Fire Hammer can get by the time she gets to the boss is 3. So decide for yourself if you really care, if you really need that. Because I don't think it's enough. But I was using it for the experiment's sake. For Undead family, I use Thalnos deck just to show you some variety, so it's not super boring. Obviously, you're not seeing the real level of this deck because the level is kind of more or less the same because the difficulty was orange. But the screenshot on the left side, I just took it because I lost the footage with the real level of the deck. But it's a yellow difficulty, like I said. Again, this is very cheap deck, by the way. All you do is you take as many cheap spells as you can, and you pretty much inject Thalnos with levels, and you spawn multiple Thalnoses. By the time they get to the boss, they're much higher level than the boss. Yeah, like that. And that's pretty much it. They're gonna like delete the boss when they get to the boss. And the only problem for this deck in this encounter is Molten Giants, but again, you will see one Molten Giant here, and you will see what's gonna happen to it. I believe right now, you will see a Molten Giant. Yeah, right here. There we go. Like, watch. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. And like I said, tower modifiers are a joke for this deck. Boom, boom, boom. And now look at the boss. He has no chances. Okay. Yep. Foulness is a man. The level of your spells don't matter. You just need to cast as many spells. You guys know that, right? That is actually... yeah, that's it. Blackrock family. Orange difficulty. You do the exact same thing. You use Huntress, Firehammer, and Banshee for Molten Giants. And that's all. I use Goblin Sappers for this to take the tower, but you know, it's totally replaceable. Like I said, you need 3 key units here. Well, and a Quillbore. We always need Quillbore, right? Even if we don't use them, we just it's nice. It's good to have always. But that's it. Yeah, level 23 Huntress. Maybe lower level Huntress will be enough, but as you can see, this one is doing really well. Don't have any problems. But except like unless it's unless it's Molten Giant. Up. Amazing performance by me. Cleared all the eggs and then stole Molten Giant with my Banshee. Oh, by the way, if your Huntress gets taunted by the Molten Giant and then you steal Molten Giant, for some reason, Huntress starts running away like an idiot, which was exactly what you just saw. She just ran like to the tower and died. I don't understand what it is. I think it's a bug because I can't find any rational explanation to what happened. Level 26. Yeah. These girls are really good at DPSing, but they're not good at tanking. The boss will one-shot them almost right away. I mean, these two are doomed already. Yep. Yep. Don't do it like this, because I believe there's gonna be a Drake right behind a Huntress, and it's gonna kill a Huntress. Yeah. So deploy stuff on the left side, usually. Yep. See, the boss is barely damaging her. And this is it. Bam. Alliance, we're using Jaina here. Jaina is actually, she does really good DPS to the boss, like with auto attacks. Same formula, Huntress, Quillbore. We're not using Firehammer anymore because I decided that it's not really effective here. Firehammer dies right away, right? When it gets to the boss. So we are using Huntress and Jaina. Jaina, I believe, is going to be a replacement for Firehammer. Yeah, that's a real problem here. Freaking Molten Giants. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Back in the day, you were able to kill this boss with Living Bomb, because you see the boss is surrounded by little drakes, and if you cast Living Bomb in that pile, the boss would get enormous amount of damage. You do it like 3 times and the boss dies. But now they nerfed it, because I showed it to everybody before the game came out. I believe they nerfed it even like before the actual game came out, not on the release day. That's how badass it was. And now this Living Bomb, it works. It still works the same way. It only doesn't work the same way on the bosses. Like, it doesn't make sense. You either completely change it or you keep it the way it is. Like, why would you change it only on the bosses? But nobody cares what I think, right? I believe I'm gonna Blizzard the end or something like that. Let's Blizzard. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Bam. That's how it's done. And for the Horde family, we're going to use Cairn. We're going to use, obviously, Dark Spirit Troll is going to be our replacement for a Fire Hammer. And Dark Spirit Troll performs amazingly here. Again, I only have one problem. It's called Molten Giants. Everything else is a piece of cake. And Dark Spirit Troll, by the way, I believe it can kill the boss he can kill the boss on his own. Just like the core in the current PvP environment. But yeah, Molten Giants is the only problem. I don't know why I did that. Don't ask me. It's stupid. And, maybe that's why. Because I was super smart and I kind of knew what was going to happen. Like, watch, I'm going to take the Molten Giant and a Huntress. It stops attacking and it just starts running away like an idiot. Again, I don't understand why it's doing that. But I believe it's a bug. Cheat Death with Lifesteal works amazingly on Huntress. That's why I use it in my deck, heal with no healers. I believe after 4 kills of doing that, you guys understand the idea and you will have no problems doing it yourself. And maybe if your Huntress is lower than level 23, you will be able to still make it work. And that will make me a little happier. I know. One last hit, and I have no spells. Ta-da! General Colbatann. There is few things you need to know about this guy, except obviously like the, you know, the fact that everything is slowed during the encounter, right? So, number one, his units, like for example, this gargoyle that is coming at you, is not affected by slowing, as you can see, which is a heroic mechanic. And if you steal it with Banshee, it will be a gargoyle, like it will still keep the immunity. So, go like this. Go like that. Watch. I'm gonna pause it. This is my gargoyle. This is the gargoyle that I stole. As you can see, mine is slowed. It has this blue debuff. And this one is totally normal. It's very, very valuable to steal units with your Banshee. Number two, your structures don't get affected by slow, and they actually are really good at killing things like Huntress, stuff like that, because, you know, Huntress is really hard to kill with in this environment because of slow effects, right? And deploying melee units here is not really effective because outside of killing Huntress, they're useless. They're going to be killed by Whelpegs. So yeah, and one more thing here is that if there is more than 3 units around the boss, it triggers the like freezing tornado. You will see it in every single fight. And when I say more than 3 units, I'm talking about like 3 actual things. Like if you deploy Whelpegs here, actually let me show you. Watch, I'm going to deploy 3 things by the boss, and it's going to trigger this tornado. Watch see this? So if you decide to cheese the boss, cheese it with 2 units, like Quillborn Worgen or Quillborn Safe Pilot, stuff like that. If you add 1 more, even if it's like Skeleton or Kobold, you're gonna get this tornado and everything's gonna die. Because it just melts all the melts in the frozen encounter. It kills all the low HP troops really quickly. Number 1 is gonna be Blackrock. We're using the Rend, and I'm not using the Banshee and the Smoke Bomb here. Because you know, you use Banshee to steal Gargoyle, and the Gargoyle kills the boss. This is pretty much the strategy that I suggest. Here we're going to use Rend, a lot of line units, and we're going to use Living Bomb here. It works really well. Not the most effective way to do it, but it's usable, and you know, you're gonna get some results with it. And my terrible micro. Just so you know, everything blew up around us is because my Rend has the Living Bomb talent. So when the Drake dies, everything gets affected like that by a Living Bomb. See, it works pretty well on the boss. Not the way it used to work on bosses. After I show my badass skills with Living Bomb, they nerfed it. But that is... And we also were gonna use the Living Bomb on the tower with this skeletons and the Whelpegs. Works really well. It deletes like everything that is below, and it leaves like a little bit of HP on the tower, like a like that. You know what I'm saying? The best way to kill these ranged squishes like trolls and Griffon Raiders and the Huntresses is when you use the core to defend. You only kill gargoyles or you steal gargoyles. Everything else can be killed by the core easily. Oh my god. No. No, there we go. That's actually not bad. Watch, yeah. Boom! Yeah. There's always a little bit of HP to piss me off. Talking about the tower. See, because the boss spawns skeleton mages like that, we can actually utilize Living Bomb here, right? For those who don't know, the more units you cast the Living Bomb on, the more damage everything around in the zone gets. I'm pretty sure it's capped because it's Blizzard, but at the same time, it's still effective. Especially when you can't get to the boss and it takes forever because of the slowing effect, right? See, the best way to kill Huntress is like that. And yeah, this is me being amateur. You never deploy Harpies like that. Otherwise, you will see what happens. Then you're gonna be ashamed like me. Especially when you have to show it to everybody for the guide, right? Again, living bomb, pew! Yep. For some reason, I'm not utilizing Iron Dwarf. There we go. Could you do it later, like earlier, please? Please. Okay. Don't deploy more than 2, please, because it's going to trigger and my Harpies are coming. And then, look at the... Everything dies. There we go. The boss is kind of doomed anyway, but... See how many mistakes I make? Don't make those mistakes. Some people in the commentaries actually are telling me, are posting different strategies to kill these bosses. So if you don't like that, just wait for a couple of days and there's going to be commentaries telling me that my kills are overcomplicated and all this horse shit. So, well, that's normal, right? Let's go to the next family. Beast is next. I will never deploy Murkai here. This is just purely to match the slot bonuses. I, for some reason... take high, like, I believe it's because I didn't have the slots. Yeah, so the most efficient way is your Banshee has to be as high level as possible, because the gargoyle that is going to be killing the boss depends on your Banshee, right? Yeah, I didn't know that back then, that it triggers the Blizzard thing, so that's why I deployed Wellpegs right in, like in the boss's face, which is not a good idea. I'm going to try. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try to hide the gargoyle and smoke bomb. I hope I will try to do it. Oh no, nobody cares. Now look at the boss's HP. Bam, bam, bam. That's really good. Man, Safe Pilot is overpowered as hell, even in this context. Even in PvE. Bsh. Bsh. As you can see, I'm not using polymorph here at all, so you can actually replace it with something else. Chickens? No, I'm kidding. Chickens are actually not that good here, unfortunately. See, everything is going to die by the hand of my core. For some reason I do stupid things like that. Yeah, and just... now I have like 1 HP. Yeah, I'm deploying more than 2 things and everything dies. Come on. No. It should be like a guide of what not to do. Not how to kill the bosses. Okay. Well, Pex, there we go. That's my boy. That was Beast Family. Alliances next, as you can see, I was not using a Banshee. I was trying to experiment with actually killing the boss, like with the ranged troops, which was a bad idea. And I only have 1 spell. Every time I make these guides, I always think, like, how can you be so stupid? But when I was making it, when I killed it for the first time, when like I killed it when pretty much like nobody else did, I felt so good. I was like, man, I'm so good at this game. And I'm looking at it now, and it's like why did I deploy Quillbore? Oh, I guess to protect my Huntress. Yeah, yeah. And then of course I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna die because you know it's gonna trigger Whelpex with the explosion talent. Like it's obvious, bro. I wonder if this tower is gonna be kept. No, no, because I'm making a video, right? See, guys, I'm showing you the variety of kills. It's kind of a bad thing, because the most effective strategy is already there. But at the same time, maybe some of you don't have what I have, right? I'm trying to excuse myself for doing these stupid things, guys. Just don't take what I say seriously. I know you're not, but so. So the skeleton mages can't reach Huntress. But the Huntress can reach them. Phew. Bro, deploy Quillbore. Deploy. Oh my god. The axe of this boss looks like something in World of Warcraft. Not Shadowmourne, but I forget where it's from. Yeah, half of Blizzard is missing, but you have to. If you guys watch my guides, then you should be used to that. You know that I have no idea what I'm doing. By the way, I'm using the AoE slow on my Jaina. That's why I can pretty much turn all the units into shit. What they are turning me into in this encounter, right? Slow garbage. Bam. And you capture this tower back. Deploying well pegs. Bam! Tornado. They actually managed to attack one more time before Tornado kills them. And I should have deployed Quillbore earlier. And that is enough to kill the boss. Alliance family, I know it's pretty shit and pretty boring, but that's me. That is the Horde. Now we're using the right strategy again. I don't have a smoke bomb, but as long as we have gargoyle, we're good. Oop. Almost. They cannot reach my gargoyle. That's good. I thought Kern is a hero we're playing against because my save pilot didn't one-shot the Dark Spirit Troll, but then I'm looking at my save pilot and it's like level 20. I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay, so this is a perfect moment where we managed to get to the boss with our Gargoyle, and we deployed Worgen right behind the boss. That's why they pretty much, look, it killed like 2/3 of the boss's HP in one attempt. Nope. Yep, it keeps spawning Whelpegs. Yeah, this is my goal, bitch. This is a very bad idea because now Whelpegs... Oh, they're not coming at me. They go on the left side. Okay, perfect. Ah, look at this. Look at those skeletons. So many of them. I believe that's all. Yep, that's it. The last one is the Undead family, and I decided to go with Thalnos to, again, to show you something different. But it's not gonna, it's barely gonna be something different because Thalnos is completely useless in this encounter. He can only kill like Whelpegs, and that's it. He can't even kill Huntress. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to steal Gargoyle with Banshee. Our Banshee is super pooper high level, like level 25, right? Yeah, so the Gargoyle is going to be high level as well. I mean, one level higher than the AIs. And that is how we're going to kill the boss. I believe Thalnos will not be able to even do one hit to the boss. That's how useless he is. I just used Smoke Bomb on the Gargoyle, not because Gargoyle was in danger, but to inject my Thalnos with levels. See, watch. 3 levels higher, absolutely useless. Absolutely. 0 value. This was a very bad idea. Ah, I did both. So it was like double bad idea. But accidentally they killed Griffon Raider. And my Gargoyle will be able to do some damage without being punished. Look at this, man. Yeah, stealing Gargoyle is definitely the best thing in the world. Yeah, the only problem is now... Oh, okay, and because my Gargoyle is very high level and Smoke Bomb is very low level, stealth did not last long. Unfortunately. It's me being like not high level enough. Incompetence. What can you say? Come on, bro. Just deploy Whelpegs and that's it. And use the Arcane Blast on the hero. You don't need to do anything else. Ah, but I was afraid that if it doesn't work, my core will be like destroyed right away by the Gargoyle. Like that, yeah. And if it doesn't work, just Arcane Blast that, bro. That's it. That's it. This is Winter Grasp Heroic. Let's move to the Plagueland zone, and this is the hardest zone of a PvE campaign. If you complete that zone, Blackrock will not be a problem, I promise you. Subscribe, unsubscribe, talk trash, that's all.